Can you see me in the screen? Look at the screen.
Okay, you're gonna be quiet? We're gonna start. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Boys and girls.
Here we are, SledAdx podcast, episode 65.
65.
65.
I remember when we did episode 1.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Been here since the start, Cal Taylor.
Longtime fan.
Yeah. And start of the audio, also start of the video.
Oh, is this first video?
First one.
Nice. Sweet.
Yeah.
Number 1 right
Number
there.
1, baby. Let's go.
Love it.
Let's go. 2024. January. Slow start.
5 days in.
Yeah. Slow start to the winter so far.
Do you know how many miles my sled has on it?
This is 0.2. 0.1.
0.01.
Yep.
I've loaded it into my truck, out of my truck, and in the garage.
Yep. Sounds about
2
right.
heat cycles. I warmed it up. So January 5th, that's unheard of.
It's kind of crazy for Utah. It's been pretty low, but good thing is we've got some storm systems rolling in right now. For like the next 2 weeks, it's looking like on the weather app.
Consistent. Yep. I've been checking that. Obviously, I have to check it for work, and so I'm looking at it, and it's like Monday's a clear day. The next few days are just rolling in.
Yeah.
You know, which is what we need. The hard part is going to be the avalanche danger.
100%.
And I hope people are paying attention. It's been several weeks since we've had a snowstorm. And that surface horror is hideous.
Plus the faceted layer on the ground.
Right. Yeah, our snow's not deep enough to
heal itself.
There's that warm air is going through.
All right.
Bring it back.
So yeah, Avi danger is going to be nasty. The one thing that I love is like even with our low snow conditions, Utah Avalanche Center has been like super on top of it.
Yeah.
Bringing us like a ton of Instagram content and stuff with updates on our snowpack and what we're looking at. And not only what we're looking at right now, but what we can expect to see after these next storm systems come in.
Well, you think about how much experience they have.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're so deep. I mean, you got Mark, you got Craig. Greg, I think, is a new guy. You know,
Greg Gagne.
Yeah. You know, for our region, it's like there's just a lot of experience. So you got that history. You know, it's like when you run a business, you're looking backwards as much as you're looking forward. So we're looking at that history. We know, the snowpack's young. And it's crazy because the snow has stayed on every aspect, all elevations. You know?
Yeah, for the last month and a half.
Yeah.
Month and a half.
Yeah, you know, I expected it to deteriorate and drop. You know, I mean, but the snow has just stayed put. So it's going to be a unique season. But you know, that's okay. We can roll with the punches, and it's going to be a couple months from now. I think we'll be just fine. All the common areas will slide, and hopefully rip off that scab. And
let it rebuild with
fresh stuff. You know, and so those are the common areas. You know, the chutes, the steeper trees. But I shouldn't say steeper trees. The common areas are the chutes.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to have to avoid for a long time are the steeper trees that have, you know, a snow load above it, or you know, potential for huge danger. So absolutely. Right now, I mean, I think of most of the snowpack, if it's only 2 feet deep in a slide and it's sugary, it's not going to carry a persistent weak layer, which are the big cubes. You know, it's going to be kind of
it'll break apart.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the last couple of avalanche posts, but the slides that are kicking off, they're kicking off in unusual spots, but they're small sloughs, almost like a slough.
versus a slide.
Versus a big, persistent, weak layer
Right.
slab that comes down.
Like
and
big school
kills you.
buses worth of
Yeah.
snow chunks.
Yep. If it doesn't hill, that's what we're going to be anticipating here in the next 6-8 weeks. But so
Yeah.
stay safe. Rylan and I have done a ton of avalanche safety and training together, which is awesome, you know. So when we go ride together, I don't worry, you know, about my safety when I'm out there, when I'm riding with guys like Rylan and Rylan specifically. So that's
And vice versa. You know, that's just part of, honestly, it's part of what makes like those days be more enjoyable, because we don't have to have that in the back of our heads as much. It's always there because we're always thinking about it anyway,
yeah.
because we want to know. But it's definitely not there as much if I'm up with you versus if I'm up with somebody who's only been at it for a couple of years and doesn't have any type of training or avalanche knowledge. They might have the gear, but they don't know how to use it proficiently.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. You know, practice. I mean, we've done that. I did some practice years ago. This was years ago, just on a lunch break, and we were on a club ride in Lonnie. We were in Arbs Basin, and I went and set up a avalanche, buried one, and then I came screaming back on the sled, avalanche, avalanche, oh my gosh, just freaking out, and got some guys to come put their sandwiches away and come help me, and I filmed it all, and I got some ridicule on social media for posting that because it took a long time, but it took them out of their element. They didn't know it was coming.
That's the thing, is like, yeah, it took a long time, but what does that tell you?
Yeah.
How long is it going to take when it really happens?
Right.
That long or longer?
Yeah, because I mean, I just buried it. It wasn't very deep, so you know, it wasn't hard packed snow. I mean, I think I got it down 2 feet or so, but you know, for them that was a pretty real experience, and they came away with that,
right,
with some huge knowledge. Yeah, and you know, it just kind of was like, oh my gosh, this is a small factor. What if this was a large slide?
Yep.
So, but you know, in the same sense, you know, I think of all the stuff that's out there. I'm kind of wondering if I remember how to ride a snowmobile or not.
Bro, so you haven't been riding yet this year?
No, I've been sick. All of the big storms that came, I have not even had. I mean, I rode in August.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I got August. Missed. September didn't have good snow, so we didn't do that. But
yeah.
I haven't, it's been, 6 months since I've ridden. 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah. I've been 3.
3 times.
3 times. Nothing like more than like 3 hours.
Yeah. But see, we can have a good time because last year, remember, we were through the gate, which I'm sure you're probably driving further now, but remember that little hill that you're getting buck wild on?
Yeah.
Figuring out the chaos and doing some re-entries, not on purpose.
It was on purpose about halfway through when I realized it was happening anyway. Just finish it out, you know?
Yep. So, I mean, that was basically in a meadow, so we can have a good time anyway.
Oh, yeah. No, it was good. The first one was quite literally just a road ride up to the bottom of the hill there. Yeah. Where we officially leave the road. Yeah. And then, because I was just like Sunday afternoon or something after, and I was like, I'm riding my freaking snowmobile, right? And so I just cruised up the road and came back. Still a ride.
Was that the day you just went up to the Hog's Back, right?
Yeah, I just rode to it and then came back out, literally.
Gotcha. Remember that picture? Yeah. Talking about it?
I was just hanging out. And then the second one was me and Daxton went up. It was on a Sunday afternoon. I had a work meeting that day, and I got off, and we headed up. And as we were going up, it was starting to get dark. Yeah. And I was
Did you bring your Oxbow light?
I didn't take it, and I should have, and I was regretting it. I was fine as long as when I wasn't climbing, because the chaos is like,
skis are off the ground. Yeah.
So I was like kind of guessing a little bit, but I've climbed that hill enough times where it was like, kind of knew where I was going, right?
How'd Daxton do?
Not so much.
Right.
Not so much. I actually did get tossed off the first time. So, first time up the trail. First person up the trail for the year.
Yeah.
So I'm doing pretty good at that the last few years, right? Me and you were the first ones up the year before.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that trip.
And then, anyway, so first one up, I made it out of the Quakies. And then, you know where it opens up?
Yeah. Did you go left or just point it straight up?
My initial plan was I was just going to go straight up. But as soon as I got out of the Quakies, it was like, there was kind of a wall of some thinner, like buck brush, oak brush. And I was like, I don't know. And I couldn't decide. I hesitated and I got tossed off. And anyway, so turned around, went back down. And then the second time, because my track was all over the freaking place on the first one.
Yeah, so you didn't
I was following my track.
Yeah.
Right, because it was like one of these all over the place. And it's like a luge that you're going up through the trees anyway. Like a trail.
It's a hiking trail in the summertime, or it's washed out, or
it's literally like this. So you're riding up a little ditch.
Yeah.
Essentially. So you're all over the place.
Yeah. Until it's packed down.
That's my excuse anyway. And so I'm all over the place, and I get about halfway through the trees, and it tosses me off to the one side, and I back up to a decent spot, and I get going again. It tosses me off to the other side.
Gosh.
And I back up again, and I was like, finally Daxton had made it up to me at that point, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna restart from the bottom. And so I turned around, went back down. He followed me down, and then I made it like a little bit farther the next time.
Yeah.
And there's two trees, and I need to just cut them down because they kind of create a little tunnel, and it scares you that you're gonna
just right at the end, right at the end of the trees. Yeah, I know.
And it's gonna smack your knuckles. And so I get like really nervous going in between those because I don't want to catch on them because it's pretty tight. It's like 30, like literally you have like 2 inches on each side of your ski, and there's no like slowing down because you're on a
you're
incline.
On a pretty incline. You got to get, and you're only like a third of the way up the hill at that point.
Yeah. And so hesitated there, backed up again to where I was like flat, and I was like, all right, I'm sick of dicking off. And so I freaking finally finished it out. And then I just followed the trail left and went up and out. And then Daxton turned around, went back down to the bottom. He came up and he got out of the trees and then got bucked left off the trail.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And I'm sitting at the top. And
was he able to side hill and pull that one off, or?
No, he turned around.
Okay.
And then went back down and restarted. And this first ride for Daxton on Polaris.
Oh, okay.
By the way.
So he's learning a new sled.
21 Pro RMK 163.
So he's coming off an Arctic Cat before. Right?
Yeah, but like 3 years ago.
Gotcha.
So really fresh, right?
Yeah.
And so he makes it up, and he's pumped. By the time he makes it up, he's like, holy shit, like,
I just did this. It was awesome.
Like, this sled's freaking wild, right?
Dak's a good dude. I remember one day that I forgot snow pants. We had to turn around.
Oh, yeah, and you borrowed Daxton's.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep. So it's always good to know people in different areas, you know?
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so we just rode the ridge of the Hogs back up to the very tip top of it, and then turned around and came back down.
Oh, okay.
It was dark. We didn't have helmet lights. And Daxton, like...
New sled. It's
dark.
There's a lot going on.
He's out of breath. It keeps, like, kicking his ass. And so he's like... I just looked at him and I said, what do you think? And he's like, let's just go back. And I was like, all right, let's go back. And so we turned around and headed back. It's probably the right call.
I think, was that the night you invited me and I was down and out and I was like, I think I could go, but I didn't feel good?
No, because this was a Sunday.
Oh, okay.
That was a different
the day
night.
Before? Or
anyway. And then the last one was just, I had to go deliver a sled for work up to Huntsville, on the backside of Powder Mountain, up in there, way back in there. These people have to ride their sled into their house to get there.
How sweet would that be?
Yeah.
Unless you weren't a snowmobiler.
Well, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
They've never owned sleds before in their life. So they bought their first sled from us earlier this year in like late August, early September, and it was just a used sled that we had sitting down in the shed. Older Skidoo, like a 2011 800, and that was kind of going to be the husband's sled. And then we finally decided on, for the wife, we had a 550 Voyager.
I've been seeing a couple of those at the dealer.
It's a carbureted sled.
It looks like a good
it's an old
entry level.
Exactly, and it's perfect for what they're going to use it for. Riding the road.
Is it air cooled or liquid cooled?
Air cooled. Yep, carbureted. So they're literally riding from their truck to their house, back to the truck when they need to go get groceries, whatever, right? So perfect for the wife.
The Evo. So Duncan has
essentially the same chassis.
Yeah,
pretty much.
That's what it looks like.
Yep.
Maybe a couple key differences, but
yep. Yeah. Anyway, so I had to go deliver that to them, and so my parts guy was off that day. And I said, "Hey, you want to go for a ride?" Because they had asked if I could kind of give them some pointers while I was up there.
That's awesome. That's excellent customer service.
Right. So I was like, "Yeah, like I'll bring my sled up. We'll go for a little ride after I drop it off, and we get papers signed and everything." So. We get up there, we get the 3 sleds up to the house, and then we go up the road a little ways. We got the wife on her sled, and the husband was on his sled, and get going up the road, and the wife had to get back to work. She works from home, so she was feeling pretty comfortable, so she turned around and went back to the house, and we went up the road a ways, and turns out that you can get clear over to Ant Flats from...
Oh, really?
Yeah, from where we were at, which is pretty cool. Didn't know that. So a little bit of an exploratory mission might be in order.
So you're in like Middle Canyon, Middle Fork?
I have no idea.
You're like,
we're going to pull it up on the map and I'll show you because I couldn't tell you.
We'll check it out.
If I'm being honest. So we went for a ride and we found some like little like sagebrush open areas that didn't have a lot of rocks. I didn't find any rocks. I don't think anybody else did. And we're just kind of helping him kind of learn the basics. You know what I mean? Standing off to one side, turning the opposite direction, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because he's never rode a sled in his life. And he sent it off the side of the road one day going to work. And they had to use their neighbor's snowcat to pull it back up the embankment.
Was this afterwards?
This was before.
Okay, gotcha.
In between when they bought the first one and the second one.
Yeah, people, I mean, I've talked to lots of people who've never ridden before, and it's like they just kind of think that it's going to be like a car.
Yeah.
Or a four-wheeler, you know, you just drive it down the road and back. They don't think about the snow is slippery and you hit something, you're off. Challenge.
Yeah, 100%. So, anyway, got him some good lower riding in. We did have to kind of cut it a little shorter than I thought because we got up to the top of where we turned around and I pulled out my phone and I was like, all right, we need to go back. We got to go.
Dang responsibilities.
I know.
That's where you're not supposed to turn your phone on while you're snowmobiling.
Well, I'd have been fine, but my parts guy that was with me had a commitment that night.
Oh, gotcha.
So I had to get him back.
It's not like it was amazing snow either, so.
Right. But we were having fun, and I was teaching him, and he was learning and asking questions. It was kind of fun, to be honest. I liked it a lot. So I like doing that stuff. I'm far from, by the way.
Whatever.
I'm just going to quit this. I'm just going to caution right now. Far from being able to like teach people a lot of stuff. But I can teach the basics pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a different realm. I mean, I've gone and been trained. I've done Matt Ence's clinic twice, and that was even as a, somewhere in between an advanced and expert rider, you know. And so it was actually really good because he was able to fine point some of the things that I was doing and just took me to that next level, which really helped out. I didn't think I needed training. I thought I was going down to just ride with him and have a good time, and I walked away with some good skill set. But the other cool part is doing the search and rescue events. Couple of the guys on our team, they work with Brett Rasmussen with his Ride Rasmussen style. And so our county oftentimes gets asked to do the one-on-one training, which is really cool. And so you get to take those skills and teach them to somebody else, which there's a lot of people that are in search and rescue. Our team, Weaver County, is unique because we have skill sets. And so we have guys that are really good at one thing, which snowmobiling, rock climbing, airboats, motorcycles, you name it. We've got a drone team, and they're specialized in those areas, where some of the other counties, the standard practice is that you've got to be able to do a jack of all trade and be, have a couple of key factors you're really good at, but then you have to be able to do everything.
Yep.
And so we're teaching a lot of guys, a lot of snowmobilers, the basics like you're talking about.
Well, we got the chance to go teach some DNR officers.
That's right.
That 1 year.
Yeah.
Couple years. 2 years.
Yep. Yep.
We did.
Yep, and that's fun. It's cool to see those guys evolve. So the bad thing about that is everybody needs to know that you come to Utah, you're not going to outrun the law. We've trained those guys how to ride.
Not anymore.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
those guys, there's several of them that know how to ride, and our Avalanche Center guys, those guys know how to ride too, to get into areas. And so, just don't break the law.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
It was crazy.
Huh.
The amount of guys, I guess it doesn't really surprise me that much, to be honest, but the amount of guys that they'd hear me say that we spent a weekend training our DNR officers just on basic riding skills, get freaking pissed.
Really?
Yeah. Why would you do that?
Why are you training those guys?
Yeah.
Well, it's a different relationship, right? I use it to my advantage. It's nice to know people in high places. I'm sure everybody has had that time where you forgot to register your sled. Or maybe you're one of those guys that just think that you don't need to, right? Hey, I'm not going to pay those extra dollars. But there's so many benefits to it, if you pay your registration, you're helping out your snowmobile community, you're providing for grooming, law enforcement, all that.
Yep.
When stuff happens and somebody gets hurt, being in search and rescue, we work alongside those agencies, and they've got a good skill set.
Yep.
Survival skills, they know the land, so I can see how that would go.
Like I said, it doesn't surprise me, but it does at the same time that people are so put off about it.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's a weird, like you said, it's kind of a weird scenario because there's different avenues that you have to look at it. But, because it made sense for us in the positions that we were in to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They were, when what Rylan's referring to is on the Utah Snowmobile Association, we were both on the board, and our education program, we were going out and teaching not only our members, but we were partners with the Department of Natural Resources and State Parks and the Avalanche Center. And so part of our program was to help educate those guys and work with the new incoming officers. And I think same thing like me, the old guys that had been around the block for a while, they came and rode with us and were able to pick up some key factors that we were able to teach.
The cool thing is we'd go through and we would do our avalanche pits and kind of teach them the basics of that, and then we would go do our basic riding skills. But then by the end of the day, we were all playing follow the leader. And seeing which one of them who could follow the leader the best through the trees with the DNR guys. And look, some of those guys are on 600 ski-doos,
right?
154s, underpowered because they were 200-pound guys.
There was a couple dragons. I remember swapping out riders and having them ride my sled, and had some humble pie because they were on an old Dragon 600 carbureted sled that was
and just getting worked.
Not clutched right. It was maintained but not clutched properly.
And they were wore out before we even got to where we were going.
We
haven't even done anything yet.
We got to the spot we want to play. Can I go home now?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh man, so many
crazy.
good times.
That was crazy. So, I want to kick something off again.
Okay.
I want to kick off the Be Rescue Ready Challenge again. I think it's a good time for it.
You know what? This is a perfect time. We've talked about it a couple times this year.
We've kind of just we talked about it, and life happened. And obviously, life happens. You get busy. Yeah. There's no snow. You don't think about it. Let's do it. Game on. You know what I mean? So here's kind of what we're thinking. This is what Cal and I have, and a couple of other of our buddies, we've all kind of brainstormed a little bit to see if we could come up with the best way to do this and have it make sense.
Yeah, because there's a couple ways out there. We've done it in the past, and then with everything, it's evolved, right? I have a saying that I like to use, and it's practice makes permanent.
Yep.
So however you practice, that's how it's going to happen when your muscle memory kicks in and, the real thing happens. Mm-hmm. So we want to practice in that same format. Obviously other guys have done it other ways. It's good. Any practice is good, right? Know your equipment. That's the one thing that you got to do.
Be consistent with it.
Yeah. Be consistent in practice. I've got to do it professionally with my rescue team often, right? Yep. We're always playing around, teasing each other, making it better. So we want to make that happen. So Rylan, tell us what the rules are, so to speak, that we want to.
We're going to kind of go back and forth here a little bit, because I think you explain once we get to the sequence of what we're utilizing as far as our tools. I think you explain that better than I do. Okay. But I'll start us off. So what we're gonna do. What we did in the past was, it was literally just how fast can you get your gear out and your backpack back on and be ready to find your buddy.
Yeah.
Timed. What we did was just you video it and then use the video to figure your time.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a solo operation.
Yep. And we've kind of morphed into that, and Cal was actually the first one that did this. Is he had his kids go hide a beacon out in his yard.
Yeah, it was just under the leaves. It was in the fall, under the leaves and the grass.
Doesn't have to be anything
physically
crazy.
See it.
Yep, and he had no idea where it was, right? So you're gonna need 2 beacons. Everybody has a riding buddy, so this is not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So get with your riding buddy, and both of you just do it, right? So one person goes and hides a beacon somewhere. Go to your local park, backyard if you got a big enough one, doesn't matter.
Just try to avoid any large obstacles like, your snowmobile, a car, things that way, or even a rocky area that can
cause electrical interference.
Yeah, because we don't want to make, this is not about making a challenge hard. It's going to be hard enough. What we want to do is make this challenge so that we're learning how to use our equipment properly and getting the right training.
Yeah. Yep. So, gonna have your snowmobile and backpack on. It's gonna have your shovel and probe in it, and then you're gonna have your beacon on as you would wear it while you're riding.
Yeah, as if you're right there ready to ride.
Yep. I'm not worried. Yeah, you want gloves on. I'm not worried if you have your suit on.
Okay.
For the challenge, I'm honestly not. If you guys want to, because I know for me, I don't wear the harness that comes with my Ortavox Diract voice beacon, because my Klein Loxa has a beacon compartment in the chest pocket.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So it makes sense for me to just throw my suit on and do it with my suit on, because that's where my harness is. Right? I'm going to leave that up to you guys.
Sounds like a good idea.
Everything you'd use to go riding, right?
Yep.
Keep your helmet off, because we want to hear you talk and harass each other. Okay? So you're going to turn your beacon on search mode. The other one's going to be on send, or whatever brand beacon you have. Use this for terminology. And then and you're going to go to work.
Tomato.
Yep.
It's all the same.
You're going to go to work. You're going to go start searching for that beacon. You're going to start with your run. You're going to slow down to the walk, and then you're going to get to the crawl.
if there's somebody else around, do it as if, what we've learned, right? So when you're in search mode and you find that number, yell out that number.
Yell it out.
Rylan's beacon, it does it for him, but pass that information along, right? Because you're in a noisy environment. Get in the habit of calling out those numbers and practicing. And
yeah, like my beacon tells me it, but Cal 40 yards away can't hear it.
Yeah.
So if
I'll barely be able to hear Rylan.
If I get a ping at 36 yards or meters, 36 meters is what they measure in.
He's still in hunt mode.
Yeah. So if I get a ping at 36 meters, I literally just yell out 36. I got a ping at 36, or I got a hit at 36. And then we just start working in. You know?
Yep.
Anyway, that was a tangent. Sorry, guys. We're getting off already.
Nitty gritty. Obviously, there's better experts than we are, but
this is just how we like to do it. So
just kind of talk about it, precursor. And
Yep. So anyway, working your way in. Okay. Once we get to the beacon, you do your find search. So you've already done your course search, which is your run, walk, crawl.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Follow those flex lines in.
Yep. You find your lowest number. And you mark it with however you like to mark it, your hat, beanie, glove, whatever.
Yep.
X in the snow.
X in the snow. I think that's the best way.
And then where do we go from there?
So do your find search. I'll tell it by the book. I've got different ways, just find out what works for you. Yes, there are some education points depending on, whether you do ARI or AAA or whatever. They've got guidelines that they specify, right? Know your equipment. Do your find search, find that lowest point, make sure you know that it's right there. So the next thing you want to do is take care of your transceiver, your beacon, and stash it in a close pocket. Leave it on search mode. It's going to be beeping. Doesn't matter, right? Take off your backpack.
Not just dangling.
Yeah, don't leave it dangling. You don't want to bang it on your shovel, your equipment. It's out of the way. Put it in a pocket. You've already marked the spot you're there. And then however you want to flip your backpack around or take it off, get out your probe, get out your shovel, assemble those ready to be used, and then throw your backpack back on so that it's, you've got your, that's a really, I think you started that. It's like sliding it on your belt, leaving your belt hooked up on your backpack. And then
I didn't start it, but I think I might have been one of the first ones to video it. But
yeah,
I know I watched it from somebody,
okay.
but I know that I did start doing it in the Be Rescue Ready challenges, and it kind of seemed like it took off a little bit more from there.
Well, it stuck with me.
In fact, I think Matt Ants is who I saw it from.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that's a really good thing because it keeps your property on you. If it was a real search, I just got back from a training earlier this week, in the search and rescue world, and it's like, take care of the scene, right? The avalanche path. And so, sorry, I'm on a tangent here, but, that's why I say use an X instead of throw your glove or your hat down, because if that person was not wearing a transceiver and they had to bring dogs in to find the body, your scent on the snow can throw those dogs off. Granted, you're marking that, okay, that makes sense, but I still, just for me personally, I'm not going to put my hat or my gloves down on the snow. I'm not going to spit on the snow. I'm not going to release any bodily fluids, because I don't want to mess that up, because anyways. But anyhow, that was a tangent. Doesn't involve this.
We're going to we're going to keep doing our tangents, but here at the end of our tangents, we're going to do quick short review of exactly what you do.
Yeah. So get your probe out, fully extend it, lock it, good to go there, and your shovel, put your backpack back on your shoulders. Yeah. And time.
And then you just like your calf roper at the NFR.
We're there. Yeah.
Time.
Yep. Get that going. So it's like for me, it's about the quality of going through the motions.
Yep.
Practice that, and then secondary is the time.
Yep.
Once you're proficient with what you're doing, then it's nice to know, put that little challenge piece. Hey, you know, I beat my buddy doing this, you know, but like say anyways. So that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And then, I mean, obviously, we want to be able to post this on, either Instagram or Facebook, but in order for us to know everybody that is doing the challenge, you're gonna have to tag SledAdx in the video.
Yeah.
That way I can keep track.
Do a hashtag or anything?
Yeah, we have the hashtags.
Challenge or something?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's still on there from before. Hashtag Be Rescue Ready Challenge. Okay. It's a long one, but nobody else uses it, so it works.
There you go.
We're literally the only videos. If you search that right now, it's all of our past videos of people that have done it, which is cool.
That is cool. Check that out.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna what I want you to do when you post the live video is tag 3 riding buddies to follow you. And have them do it.
Have a challenge.
Yeah, and kind of make it a little challenge within your own little riding group, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. It's not like it's life or death, but we want to make sure. I guess it could be really.
Could come down to it.
Question.
You know, well, think of it this way, and then we're gonna hurry into our quick review of exactly what we want you to do, right? Say you have a group of 4 buddies. I tag you in one of my 3 buddies to do, or one of my 3 people to do the Be Rescue Ready challenge, right?
Okay.
I tag you, okay? Yep. And you're like, oh dang, I wonder how I'd compare to the rest of the guys I usually ride with.
Yeah.
Like Rylan tagged me, like I wonder how I'd compare, right? So you do yours to the best of your ability, you post it up, tag your 3 buddies. Two of the three do similar to you, but the third one has no freaking clue what he's doing, right? What's your thought?
Yeah, well, my thought is now I have the opportunity to help that person to become the level they need to be. You know, it's kind of like our helmets off talk or the level 5.
Yeah.
You know, it's like anybody can tell you that they're a good rider and they're going to make it up the drainage and, you know, but you know, you work them halfway through the drainage and you're like, hey, Rylan, how you feeling right now, buddy?
Yep.
I'm a 3. Okay,
oh,
you know what? We're going to calm down.
We need to change something.
Yeah, let's change stuff here. So, but yeah, I mean, like I say, we just want to make sure that I want to make sure that Rylan is the best of his ability.
Yep.
I know he's got lots of knowledge. I don't know how much he's practiced lately. So this is an opportunity to test each other and just, you know, good, clean fun, make sure we're teasing whatever, having a good time, but we're making each other better.
Yep. Okay, so real quick review. On video, backpack, beacon, shovel, probe, gloves.
Ready to go.
Okay.
Park, wide open space, backyard.
Yep.
No distractions.
1 beacon's buried or hidden.
Cover with a blanket, tarp, leaves. It can even be in the open if you have to. That's here.
The other one is on the rider as it would be, right? Time starts as you pull out your beacon, put it in search mode. So you do your search, you locate the beacon, you do your find search, you deploy. Oh, I screwed it up already. You put your beacon back in a pocket or in your pouch, whichever is most convenient. So
wherever is away from you.
So it's not dangling while you're shoveling. Deploy your shovel and your probe and get your backpack back on your shoulders. Call time. It's simple as that.
Yep.
Hit the stop button.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, obviously throw your hands in the air, then you'll know where your timing is on that. Are we going to have them post their time in their comment? They post a video?
Yeah, sure. Or put it in the,
you know, whatever. Put in your description of your video
somewhere,
or something. Whatever
in the
you want to do.
description or the first comment or something.
These aren't hard, fast rules. It's just.
If I don't see it, then I'll figure it out myself.
Yeah, we'll see it on the video.
And I don't know what I'm going to give yet. I'm going to give something.
Okay.
Might be cash.
I've got some prizes.
Cal's got some prizes. We're going to pick some people that we feel It might not be the fastest time.
It might not be. Yeah, and like say, Rylan and I are judging this.
Yeah.
So the rules of judgment are...
And I'm biased.
The rules of judgment are to be determined by us, so we'll just leave it at that. But
we will disclose them as we get, like, as Cal and I post our videos, we will explain how we're going to judge and give the prizes. But so that'll be out in the open, no questions there. But we just got to figure those details before we get going.
Yeah, obviously, you know, if there's a large prize, we'll make sure that the rules are clear so that, I don't know, we don't want to cause contention, but we just want a good time. We want a reason to do this. So
it's not going to be crazy. It's not going to be crazy prizes.
New snowmobile?
No.
Oh.
Because I get a new snowmobile before I start giving new snowmobiles.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
just want to make sure we're on the same page. All right.
Cool.
That's what we're going to do. I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to try and get everybody that rides at my dealership to do it. And we're all going to post them up the same day.
That'd be sweet. That'd be
I think
cool.
it'll be fun. We might do it tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I might be texting them after we're done and tell them to bring their stuff because we might be doing
I will be on the mountain tomorrow, so I will do it, and I'll have somebody...
Oh, I might not post it tomorrow.
Well, I know. I'm going to record it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll record it.
Oh, you're going to do yours while you're on the mountain?
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah, so I mean,
that would be
that'll
realistic.
be very realistic.
All right, cool. I dig that.
So that may suck for me because obviously I'm exempt from prizes.
But it's realistic.
Yes, it is.
So I wouldn't worry too much about it. About the time thing.
Yeah. No, well, just examples, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Anyway,
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Doesn't matter. What do you guys think? This is on YouTube now, so in the comments, leave some ideas.
Let us know if this is something you guys think is valuable to have, you know, our community do.
Yeah. I mean, we just kind of like to have fun with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. Because, like, we've got buddies in Idaho. We got a couple buddies in Montana, Wyoming,
I got buddies in Iowa. Yep. So Alaska. I mean, everybody's everywhere. So
yeah, Washington, Oregon. Yeah, you name it. We could spread this thing pretty wide. But me and Cal can't do it ourselves. Like, it takes all of you guys too jumping in and being a part of it and having fun with it, which is what we like to do at SledAdx.
Heck yeah.
So
good times.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. That's gonna be way fun. On another note, I'm excited for this year. It's getting a slow start.
It is, but you know, well, here's the cool part, right? Like, once you get in it, you get a good ride or two in, and you just kind of forget what the season was like. That was a crappy start.
But like, I was feeling so good by the end of last season.
Yeah.
On that sled.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You were looking good.
Like, some of the lines that you were dragging me through, and I was like, I don't know how I did that, but worked out.
You did
like,
it. Yep.
You know?
I'm on a new sled again. I'm on a 24 boost on a 155 with that 325 track.
Yeah.
I went pro. I didn't go chaos.
I think that's a good call.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's a good call.
If I was just wanting to do rodeo stuff, you know, re-entries and bow ties, I probably would have gone chaos, but it's like I still like to climb, you know?
You do like to climb.
I like to go look up stuff. I like to do it all. Jump off of things. So
yeah,
I'm gonna have to learn how to ride again.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Here's the other thing I'm excited about.
Yeah?
I have 3 demos to play with.
Oh, that's right. You got the 9R.
I have 2 9Rs. One's a pro, one's a chaos. Both of those are 155s. They have the 2.75.
That's all right.
Which is fine.
Especially this year's snowpack.
Because I've never rode a 9R. And it's been a long time since I've been on a 155.
Oh, yeah, because yours is a 163.
And so is my Skidoo. It was a 165.
Gotcha.
And so was my Cat before that.
You want to know what? The last sled I had that was a 155 was my 16800, and I sold that in 2020, so it's been about 4 years.
Yeah.
And I'm coming off that big Ibex high horsepower boost from
163.
22. It was a 163.
Yeah.
So I'll have this year's Ibex tune in there and the 155. So
Yeah.
I'm just hoping.
And I have a boost.
Oh, sweet.
165 boost with a 3.25.
That's a good combo.
Chaos.
That's a good oh,
Yeah.
good combo. I like that. I think that, you know what, that's good.
That one might be fun.
So what Rylan is saying is we want to come ride with you. And Rylan wants to ride with you and get these sleds out there so you can test them
Yep.
and ride
Absolutely. That'd be awesome.
them. We got some good spots.
That's the whole
to do.
point in demos, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Demos kind of suck.
Why?
Well, because they always cost me money.
Oh, because you want to buy it. Because you want to buy it after
because
you
I
ride
end
it.
up buying it afterwards. So yeah, but no, it's good to try things out and discover what you like. I've never ridden a 9R either.
Yeah.
I've had a couple snow checked and I just didn't work out, and I like the boost and I've just gone that route.
Yeah, you ruined yourself.
I know I did.
You went boost. I'm not doing it. I mean, I'll ride our boost, but I'm not going full boost.
You know, the bad things on boost, so there was one day, it was last year, I was up at Monty, there was like 4 feet of fresh snow. It was so delicious.
Yeah.
I was the total redneck. I took a 5-gallon can.
Weird.
Right? Seriously. I took a 5-gallon can of gasoline, strapped it to my tunnel, and rode to the top of the mountain and ditched it in the trees. Mm-hmm. Granted, it fell off 2 or 3 times on the way up because it was jerry-rigged. But anyways, so I put in 2 gallons when I got to the top, and then went and rode and came back at like 2:30 or 3 o'clock, dumped the other 2.5 gallons in, and went and finished out the day and still ran out of gas at 4:30. So
That's a day.
it was a day. I was spent.
Yeah. I bet you were.
15 gallons through there. I think I rode like 60 miles was all.
That's crazy.
So, but with the NA, the naturally aspirated sleds, you know, you're getting 60 miles is no big deal. That day, there were 3 of us that ran out of gas. Skidoo, stock, and the boost.
Yeah. You know, that last big storm in March that we had, it was like a week straight, a week long.
Yeah, it was so good.
Alex, Tricky, shout out. What up? He'll listen to this. From Montana that was down here. He was on that turboed Skidoo.
Yeah.
He ran out.
Yeah.
He ran out. We had to steal fuel from Carson off of his snow bike so that Alex could make it off the mountain.
That's awesome.
That's how much snow we had up there. That was the day we remote triggered 3 slides.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
It was a little sketch.
Yeah, that's going to be the recipe for this year. So, but you know what? Get out there, have a good time, stay safe, and...
Oh, I had a shout out.
Okay.
Sorry. This is very unprofessional, but I'm doing it.
Doing it right here, right now.
Let's see here. Oh, wait. No, he's in my text messages.
Glad to see the SledAdx is building and increasing. I don't know if you guys listened to the last episode with, was it Rich?
Yeah, Rich Paul, man.
Rich Paul. That was a cool
He's a
episode.
stud. I wish I had more time with him. I screwed up and... Anyway, I wish I had more time with him because that dude's got stories for days because he's just been in the industry for ever.
Yeah, it was cool. I'd listened to that one, and I mean I listened to them all, but that was a really, really good story. So my request is to get some more people like that on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be cool. Holy cow. He scared the shit out of me.
I think Waylon.
Yeah, Waylon's pissed.
Almost went through the floor.
Yeah. Okay.
Jumped off the bunk bed.
Yeah. So shout out today. His name's Jesse Harrington. Brand new to snowmobiling this year. Went and got him a sled. I met him at this show in Salt Lake when I was down there.
Okay.
Super cool. Gave him my number. I'm going to go ride with him. I'm actually going to bring him on the podcast. So you guys are going to get to meet him. You're going to hear from him.
Do it sooner than later.
Yeah, we're going to do it like real soon. Like in the next couple is what I want to do. And I might bring you in on that.
Okay.
I think it'd be cool. But he's just been killing it. He's been getting out riding every chance that he can and sending me videos, and he's pumped, and he's like trying to get better so I don't hold you back, man. And I'm like, dude, you don't even worry about me. I get stuck way more than anybody else. So
that is a true fact.
Yep. And so shout out to Jesse Harrington here in Utah. Stud.
Can't wait to meet you, buddy.
Can't wait to go riding with you, man. It's going to be sweet. It definitely looks like in these videos that you are just stepping right up and you're going to be just fine. So super pumped that you're in love with the sport, and I can't wait to add him to the crew.
That would be awesome. You know, that's the other cool thing that I like. Obviously, there's a lot of people that just want to ride with their crew, but I've had the experience to ride with a lot of different people and new people. And so, Jesse, it'll be awesome to see you evolve. And I'm kind of mad at you a little bit because you're coming in late to the game. We have really good products out there. I mean, even if you get a sled that's 6 or 7 or even 10 years old, I mean, you're on a nice machine that will, you're going to evolve so quickly, but at the same time, it's cool.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, and that's, I mean, shameless plug a little bit, right? But like, it's kind of what SledAdx was built around. Like, being all inclusive, kind of, for everybody, for anybody.
Yeah, bring us together, right? Yeah, because your intros, your bros, a hose.
Bros and hoes? Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, that too, right?
Let's go. No,
one that
not just pros, but average Joes.
Average Joes, that's I messed up.
I knew what you were going for. No, we were on the same page. So.
Right.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I'm just an average Joe.
Me too, buddy.
You know? I'm just an average Joe. Somebody out there lets me know, like, weekly.
Yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, that's the best
Which
place
is all right, because you know what? I don't care.
We're always learning.
Pretty happy with
Here's the cool part. Every time we go out, we're laughing at each other, having a good time, coming back with those lifelong memories. And, it's recreation. There's a little bit of competition here and there for 1 or 2 spots, but it's
usually like, I need to try this before Cal completely dominates it. So I'm going to beat him over there. That's the competition.
Whatever. Oh, man. It's good times. See who gets stuck the most times.
That's not a competition at all. I will whoop your ass at that every day.
I got me in some serious pickles up there behind the hog's back last year. And the sucky part is with that boost, I'm by myself.
You did get into some good ones.
Yeah.
It's true.
I rolled my...
You might not have had as many, but the ones you did were pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, remember that time I was supposed to leave early? And
that never works out.
Never works out. I can't remember those couple of guys that you brought on up there.
Oh yeah, Colton and Miles.
Yeah.
And Braden was up there with us.
Yeah.
Braden Saxey. Hey,
that's right.
Shout out Braden Saxey. We are full of shout outs today.
Yeah. That kid.
Young Power Sports XL in Centerville.
He bought himself an Art Cat.
Yeah. He's on an Alpha 1 for some reason. I'm just kidding. No.
Loving it.
Here's what I love about it is he stuck with it. And
I drug him through some stuff.
Dude, he should not have been with us that day.
No, that was not a beginner ride. But, he stuck with it. We helped him out. And
we got him out.
Remember I got stuck on that tree? Anyways, yeah, so many times.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still riding, and add that one to the crew. And let's add you to the crew next time.
Absolutely. Yeah. For sure. Okay. We're going to shut her down. I feel like that was good. We talked about a bunch of stuff. Be Rescue Ready Challenge on Facebook.
Yep. That's 2024, brand new.
Yep.
So, anything you've done, there's no, I've already done this. We want you guys to do this.
It resets.
Let's just see how far this goes. I mean, it's just a cool thing, and let's get some prizes going. And make it happen.
We got some cool companies that we work with.
Yes,
I feel like
we
it'd
do.
be pretty easy to get some stuff going.
Yep. Obviously, I'm all about Polaris. You guys are ride SledAdx gear. Maybe you've not heard of it. Some really good products. I've put it through the ringer, and it holds up. I like it.
Yeah.
You know, there's
If it can hold up to Cal, it can hold up.
right. I know I've ruined every brand of gear out there. So, but yeah, you know, Oxbow. Let's do some night rides. Make sure you got good communication. I mean, that's a key factor in avalanche safety. You know, good goggles. Tempest, if you're looking for some heated goggles.
Local Utah company?
Yeah, they're a Utah company. They used to be A-Bomb. Now they're Tempest.
Little rebranding.
Yep. Under $2, under $200 for
badass.
a set of heated goggles.
Good product too.
Yep, there's lots of good things. So
VO
those
gloves.
are some VO gloves.
Yeah, VO gloves.
Shout out to Eric Vaughn with the
Craig Creekmore.
quick access gloves. Stay on your wrist. That's another reason why I don't drop my gloves on the snow is because they're stuck to my wrist.
Yep.
So
Absolutely. Never have to take them off my wrist.
No.
It's awesome. They never get wet
Yep.
from landing in the snow.
They get wet from snowballs.
Yeah.
Digging out.
Yeah, my hand's sweating. One last company that I want to shout out real quick, Ortavox avalanche gear. I've been with Ortavox for 3 or 4 years now. Zero complaints about any of the products that I used, and that's not just me saying it because I get the product. Cal knows as well as anybody that I'm pretty critical about everything that I utilize, and if I don't like it, I'm pretty honest about it. So I had the Freerider 22 last year, and the year before that, loved that backpack. I could literally wear it all day.
Are you wearing the new backpack this year?
Yeah, I'm in the new one this year. I'm in the electric Ava bag this year, which is instead of a canister bag, it's an electric fan, like the Climb and the Peeps and
the All Pride system.
yeah.
So I'm still running Peeps.
But it is Ortavox's own technology. So
that's cool.
yep, it's not an All Pride system. It's a Ortavox system.
Okay, right on.
Pretty cool stuff. Cool feature real quick that I love about it is the bag that I have on it now. That'll make sense in a second. Is a 28-liter bag.
Okay.
I can zip that bag off and zip on an 18-liter bag
Oh, cool.
onto that frame.
Right on. So the frame stays the same and adjust that.
And the fan and the airbag itself stays with the frame.
That's awesome.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah. I mean, welcome to the club.
Yeah, I'm late to the party, but it's a freaking awesome, and I love it.
No, that's good. I say that because Peeps, and I'm not sponsored by Peeps, but I've liked
Peeps
their
does
gear.
the same thing as well.
Yep, does the same thing. I've got different size bags, but I do like the Ortavox stuff. I think it's very well designed. It's not just thrown out there. They've done well with it. I like the voice talking to you is one less thing you have to worry about. I think that's huge. And
on the beacon.
On the beacon.
Dirac voice beacon.
Yep.
Love my Dirac voice. Super easy to use. I don't have to be glued to it to see what numbers it's showing me because it's telling me, and so I can be scanning the snowpack in front of me or the ground in front of me. So
Yep. Cool things. Okay.
Yep, love it.
We'll see you out on the snow.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you later.
Well, folks, that brings us to the end of another thrilling episode of the SledAdx podcast, the ultimate podcast for all you snowmobiling fanatics out there. We hope you've enjoyed our deep dive into the world of backcountry snowmobiling today. Before we wrap things up, we want to give a huge shout out to our incredible sponsor, Young Power Sports Morgan. They're your go-to destination for all things snowmobiling, and they've got the latest and greatest gear to fuel your passion. Remember, you can visit them online at youngpowersportsmorgan.com or swing by their store in Morgan, Utah. See their fantastic selection of snowmobiles, accessories, and more. And of course, a massive thank you to all of our listeners who tune in each week. Your support and passion for the sport keep us revved up and motivated. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an episode of the SledAdx podcast. And if you enjoyed today's show, please leave us a review. It really helps us reach more fellow riders like you. As we say our farewells, remember, the backcountry is calling, and there are endless adventures to be had out there on your snowmobile. Stay safe, ride hard, and keep chasing those powder dreams. Until next time, this is the SledAdx team signing off. Catch you on the mountain, snowmobilers.